Hey there friends, this is Roslyn and I'm giving you your update for housing in the United States because now it's January of 2024, so we have all of the numbers from 2023. And what's really surprising is that in all of 2023 there were fewer than 4 million real estate transactions throughout the United States. That's a really low number. That is the lowest number that we have experienced for the last 30 years. We have to go back 30 years to see numbers like that. So what were you doing 30 years ago? Well, I'll show you what I was doing. Here's me and my little family in 1993, 30 years ago. So we were in our first little tiny house. It was in our price range, so we bought it. And we had just had our third little hoodlum. This is our Mackie. So we had 3 hoodlums at that time. We were living the dream, and in the United States of America, there were 260 million people. We just contributed a few of those, not all of those. And if you compare that number, the population of the United States, 260 million in 1993, compare that to 2023 last year, 340 million people. So there were 80 million more people last year than there were 30 years ago, and yet the transaction count was way, way down below. You had to go back 30 years to get numbers like that. So what does that mean for us? That means there is a huge pent-up desire in the United States of America full of people who want to move. They didn't move last year. They didn't downsize. They didn't get a bigger home because their family needed one. They didn't move to the location where they wanted to be. They didn't move to closer to family or closer to the schools that they wanted their kids to attend. And that's because a lot of people felt like they were stuck. Like with the higher interest rates that we were experiencing, they just couldn't make it work. So now there's a lot of people who did not make that move last year, and they are getting ready to do that this year. And who are most of these people? Well, actually, the biggest group of people that are most likely to buy in 2024 are millennials. They're these guys that grew up. They got bigger, they got out of diapers, they finished their braces, they promised that they would always live right next door to me, and then they got married and moved to different states or different neighborhoods. So these are the ones that are most likely to buy. And you probably have some of those that you also know and love. So there are 72 million millennials in the United States of America. These are just a few. And 45 plus, more than 45 million of them are in the age group that are ready to buy a home. So right now in America, the statistics for millennials that are moving out of their parents' home that's the age of 26. 26 happens to be the exact age of our youngest one. And the ones that are most likely to buy a home statistically are 35. 36 is actually the age of our oldest one. So our 4 kids, because we did go ahead and have one more after this. So our 4 kids are right statistically in that age. And coincidentally, 3 of them have already bought homes. One of them is on their second home now. Our baby boy has not, the 26-year-old. So statistically, these are the people that are going to be looking to buy a home. And there's a lot of them. And there's not a whole lot of homes available right now because people, some of you, are worried about going ahead and putting your house up on the market. So consider that the people in this age group are right now looking at their credit scores and talking to their bank and also talking to independent lenders and saying, what do I need to do to be ready to buy a home this year? What debt do I need to pay? What changes do I need to make in my employment? What do I need to do? Give me a list, because those are the millennials that are ready to make the decision emotionally. So they're lining up all their ducks. So as soon as the interest rate ticks down a little bit more, then they're going to say it's go time. Let's get ready. So last year, our interest rate touched 8 a few times and made a lot of people panic because that's very different than what we have experienced in the last few years. But right now, we're in the mid 6s. And as it comes down just a teensy bit more, actually every single time it drops, then there are more people that say, okay, I'm ready. I've got my down payment. I've got my money set aside. I've got a great credit rating and I can afford this much money. Roslyn, find me a house. So they're getting ready. So if you are thinking of selling your home, then let's talk about what you need to do to get your home ready so that when the millennials come along, you won't say, oh shoot, I was gonna have that done, but I never did get that done. So talk to me about what you need to do to get your home ready to sell, and then you'll be ready when the right time comes along for you. So I hope you're having a lovely winter time and we're all looking forward to spring, and give me a call. And I really appreciate that you think of me as the person that you can come and bring your real estate questions to. And I love working with you guys. Talk to you soon. Have a great day.